Good morning, Greyhounds. Today we have a very special guest, Dr. Kelly Miller. She is the director of the Student Counseling Center here on campus today. We get the opportunity to talk to her about the Pause and Reflect, the Biofeedback and Meditation Center, and all the resources that students can utilize. Oh, excuse me. Welcome, Dr. Miller.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
That's great. So can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing here on campus?
Sure. So again, my name is Kelly Miller. I'm the director of the Student Counseling Center, as well as a clinical psychologist. So here we have a student counseling center that is in Health Pavilion, and we provide all kinds of services, individual, group therapy, a lot of trainings on mental health. We have 2 new exciting launches that I know we're going to talk about in just a moment, so I'll save that. But we do just a lot of work with our primary focus is students, their mental health and wellness. And then we do a lot of trainings for faculty and staff so that they can recognize where they need to send students to us or how they can help students.
So can you tell me a little bit about what your day-to-day looks like?
My day-to-day looks a lot like that, just focused on, it's a very active center with, we have a lot of students coming in for not just therapy and mental health services. We do have workshops and groups, as I said. We do a lot of triage, so any same-day appointments for crisis appointments. We have faculty come in and ask for consultations. We have well, I'll just say it, we have the Pause and Reflect Biofeedback Center that just launched a couple weeks ago for students. So that's a lot of teaching people how to use biofeedback, mindfulness, how to use our lava beds that we have that are patented heated beds. They're not like beds, they're hard lava rock, but they're heated and they do a lot of...
Are they hot?
They are hot, yes they are. And we can control the temperature for anyone who, if it's too hot. We have 2 different ways of changing the bed temperature, but we pair that with mindfulness activities. We teach people how to, the basics of breathing. And then after that, what's great about this center, we've been dreaming about this for years, is that, and it's beyond our wildest dreams, is that it's accessible for all students, not just our clients. So any student on campus can access this mental health and wellness service. So there's zero gravity massage chairs, there's the heated lava beds with mindfulness, and there's biofeedback sessions, which are really teaching students, all based on how do you notice your physiological reactions to stress and being able to manage those through these different ways these resources that we offer.
How do we book that? Because I think I need to book that.
Anyone can, but that's the great thing.
Today.
So, and it just launched a couple weeks ago. We just want to get this information out to students. Once they see it, use it, they'll love it. So right now, the way to book it is you can either call our center, you can go to our student counseling scheduling, which is just student counseling at uindy.edu. You can also call, drop in, schedule it. And the first appointment, by the way, will be with a clinician. And what we do is we just take you through a 50-minute session to really learn how to use the equipment and maximize that. We try to build in some basic mindfulness techniques that you can use, the breathing. All of that is just designed to help you maximize that experience.
Okay, so you said the meditation center is in the Health Pavilion, right?
It's right in our center.
Oh, yeah. That's even more convenient. Yep. So can you tell me a little bit, what's the purpose of this? How did this come to be? What was the deciding factor on getting these pieces to help the mental health of the well-being of the students, honestly?
Yeah. Well, it is definitely student-driven. And as I said before, it is a dream that we've had for many years. With mental health being such an issue on campus, actually our nation, our world, we knew that we needed to develop something more accessible to all students, not just our clients. So the idea being that these are some skills that people can learn and be empowered to help their quality of life without necessarily having to have counseling. So that was our dream from the beginning. It's student-driven in that students did everything with it. They helped design it, they shaped it, they named it. Pause and Reflect comes from the student naming contest. And so everything is focused on the students, but it's really about opening up the access to mental health and wellness.
When it comes, what is mental health, what does a good mental health look like to you for a student? Because I feel like sometimes, a lot of times students are stressed out with school, family issues, things like that. How do you suggest that a college student balances their mental health life throughout this whole up and down of 4 years?
That's an excellent question, because really everyone has to attend to their mental health and wellness.
Yeah.
Everyone does. So it doesn't mean you have to come to see us for counseling. Now, we want you to if it's pervasive and it's really impacting your experience. But there's so many other ways, additionally, to take care of your mental health. So you use the word balance. That's the first thing. It's a cliche, but it's a cliche because it's true. Seeking balance in your life, which means you are students, you're busy with everything, classes, homework, and world events kind of are impacting our mental health as well. So what seeking balance means, being very active in cultivating what are those things, and it's personal, right? All of us find ways to release our stress in different ways, but so really figuring out what is it that brings back some joy, some balance to my life? What are some hobbies or things that I've done in the past? The social piece of it is really important. Sometimes we tend to isolate when we get busy and stressed, when we really need to reach out to those who care about us, our friends, our families, and such. So, and also learning the ability to say no. I like it actually the other way, to say the ability to say yes, because when you say yes to certain things that matter to you, then automatically you have to say no to the things that don't. So that's important.
Saying no can be hard. I feel like just as a girl, as a student, sometimes you don't want to disappoint anybody. So saying no can be a tad bit hard because you want to be there. You want to show up for everybody, even when you don't have it.
Right. And again, that is so universal. So it's critical to know that you're not alone in that. And individuals, especially college students, they're already, they're high achievers when you do the best. And so learning that balance is critical, and also stepping back and realizing what can I control and what can't I control. So what I can't control, I need to learn to accept better. Life throws a lot at us, and things aren't always the way we want them. Often they aren't. But learning how to accept that and let go of that desire to change what you can't change really lightens up the load for you, and the mental health and the energy to be able to focus on what you can change.
Yeah, that's true. So I was doing a little bit of research and saw there are groups and workshops students can go to. Can you tell me a little bit more about those? I know my freshman year I tried, I forgot what it was called. It was a grief group. I went, not necessarily for me, but I know a lot of people who did go and really enjoyed it. So can you tell me a little bit about the other ones?
We offer groups and workshops every semester. They change. Some remain consistent because they're really popular. This semester we offered something called Grounded Gardening, which was a partnership with Hounds Connect? Yeah, Hounds Connect. And where we were able to do some mindfulness gardening, just something really unique. We had some students go through 3 sessions of that. We are in the midst of a group that is an insight-oriented growth group. It's called RIO. That basically is personal growth based on your values, identifying your values, living a life that's meaningful and purposeful. And then we teach the skills of how to, again, going back to accept what, some of the things that are in life that don't align with your values. How do you steer clear of getting too far off of your values, but also accepting that other people have different values? So that's a really great group. The one that's remaining that people can sign up for is a mindfulness group that starts, actually perfect timing, it starts Monday, November 10th, so this coming Monday.
Okay.
And it is a 3-part workshop on learning how to be present in the moment, intentionally bringing about that awareness of every moment counts, but being in the present keeps you from being too much in the future, worrying, being anxious, or in the past, which can create some depressive symptoms. So I highly recommend, if anyone's interested in that, you can sign up through our website.
What time is it again?
It starts Mondays, this coming Monday at 3 o'clock. So if you're not in classes, anyone who wants to sign up, it's like all of our services, they are at no additional cost to students, and that's a really great thing. Let me tell you about next semester real quick about the groups, because that's something new. We will have 3 or 4 new groups based on students' needs, but also LP credit groups. And there'll be
credit group.
LP
okay.
credits, at least 5 of them
No.
starting in February.
5.
They're
That's
all
nice.
virtual, and they're all about mental health. So
That's great.
anxiety management, better sleep habits, learning how to develop balance and seeking balance and creating better mental health and quality of life. So those are really great. You guys, since they're virtual, it doesn't matter. Everyone can sign up, and you get some mental health kind of help with that, training and coping skills, and you get LP credit. How can you beat
love
that,
a little LP
right?
credit. Okay, we're trying to get those to graduate.
Yes.
Yes. Are there any more workshops that you would recommend to any students?
So I was thinking about that, about what we have to offer. A lot of times what we'll do, we'll have some general workshops that will help anyone.
Yeah.
So the mindfulness group will help anyone in some aspect. So we create those and we recommend those to anyone. Then we have some specific groups like anxiety management, the support group, the grief support group that you went to for people who are grieving. There are some specific ones depending on what students are going through that we can recommend. So it really just depends on what they're looking for. So anxiety, depression workshops, great for people who are having those symptoms. The general ones, mindfulness helps everyone.
So can you tell me a little bit, how supportive has the university been in developing these new resources available to students?
They have been wonderful. That is what has really been the greatest joy to me, is to see when it comes to new resources. There's other joys, but the great to new resources is that the support from the president on throughout the entire campus has been wonderful. The development of the biofeedback center, it really took quite a bit of support to the students, the support from the students, but then getting this information out, and timely care. Timely care is something that the university has been very focused on. The president also talking quite a bit about it where she goes, and in our Faculty Staff Institute, about how important it is that mental health care, holistic care for students become a top priority for the campus. And they've stood by that, and that's been very helpful.
Has Uindy been all in? Like, were they always 100% supportive about with the biofeedback center and all the other mental health awareness things?
I don't know that they would have been able to answer that. I can answer that because they didn't know about it. So this is something that really was a grassroots effort. And so the counseling center decided this is what we want to do. And so each year at the end of the year, with our budget allowing, we'd buy certain equipment for it. It really just hit full force, though, the last 2 years, where we've got some wonderful funders and sponsors to really, they believed in that mission, and so helped us, beyond our wildest dreams, create the center that we have today. We could not have done that without the support of all of the funders, and then the support of the university to say, hey, let's really focus on this. So, yeah.
I kind of want to go back a little bit. The biofeedback center, I feel like we didn't really get to dive in and kind of talk about that. Can you tell me, what is that? Because I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, well, probably because it's so new, right? And so
Yes,
we're launching that information, but it is, when we say the center, there is a space dedicated that is part of the counseling center that has the lava beds, the heated lava beds. But there's other spaces that are under the umbrella of the center that are like the zero, I have to keep saying zero gravity massage chair. That's a mouthful.
A lot. That's a handful.
Our massage chair that is wonderful and heated for everyone is in another part of our center. And then the biofeedback sessions that we have, those are more where you go through some training on how do I measure my breathing. The biofeedback will give you immediate feedback on some physiological reactions like your heart rate variability. And what's great about it is you recognize that, I can control that by learning how to breathe and affect my heart rate. And there's other types of biofeedback. You physically can change, your reaction to stress and things. So
have you tried it?
I love it. Yeah, I've tried all of this stuff.
Okay, so tell me, you have to tell me, which one is your favorite?
Oh goodness, they all have their unique benefits. I would have to say though, because they're so unique, is the heated lava beds.
Heated lava beds.
Yeah, yeah, and that was it's kind of been my baby of bringing it to the university. It really is a unique thing. There's at this point anyway, there's no university or college in the nation that has those.
So go Greyhounds, we're the first.
There we go, we're the first. That's right.
I love my
for now. We get to say that for now. We'll see how quickly this picks
right?
up.
That's right. All that matters. Uindy's the best. So can students access this after hours, or is this only during certain hours?
For right now, the Biofeedback Center, you can only access during our business hours, and it's by appointment only. After that first hour consultation I talked to you about, it's 25-minute sessions, and you just book them. And I really feel right now,
book them back to back, like 25, 25, 25.
You could if they're not already booked. I really think as students start to recognize these
so you're telling me to book it now.
You guys should be booking it. That's right. Everyone should be booking it as soon as they can.
I will have an appointment this week.
You will
see me. I'll be there. I'll be like,
wonderful.
Hello.
All of you, please. And students, please do that. And yeah. And then it will be a good problem to have when everything's booked and we have to figure out a way to expand that.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely that. And what is 24/7, I don't want to lose sight of this, is that Timely Care, we are launching a second marketing push for that. Timely Care is a 24/7, 365-day a year, on-demand platform, therapy platform. So it's really critical that we've worked another 2 years of my life and our lives have been working to bring this to campus, because students now can have access anytime to these services. So you traveling out of state, athletes traveling, for games and everything, travel abroad, it's even international. At 2 in the morning when you're feeling like I need to talk to someone now, Timely Care is our partner for that. And it has a lot of other things on its website, but you have to register. We've been told that in the first month of launching, because we launched that, a soft launch a month ago, we're doing another marketing push, but that we've had the greatest number of students of some universities that they've worked with in a while, Timely Care that is, sign up already. Our goal is to have every student sign up, whether they decide to use it or not, because it's very quick to register. Perfect time again to register if you haven't yet, because we are having a contest.
So I love winning.
Yeah, you register and you're automatically entered into a contest for 1 of 2 Amazon gift cards. And it's so easy, it takes less than a minute to register.
I love Amazon, and I love a gift card.
Yep. So look for that marketing stuff.
Timely
Care is on our website, but also just go to timelycare.com/Uindy and sign up. Use your Uindy email. 2 minute, not even 2 minutes. Add your profile. You're in. You can use it anytime you want. So that is a huge thing for campus. Another thing that the university supported is that having 24/7 care on campus.
So before we kind of wrap it up, I want to know, how can students book an appointment with student counseling?
With the Student Counseling Center? Oh, a lot of the same ways that you would book the the resources that we have in the Biomed Center. So you can call, you can schedule through our encrypted student counseling appointment code, which is just studentcounseling.uindy.edu. You can drop in and make appointments. I also recommend for individuals that aren't sure about the counseling center to, if you have friends that might want to go or something, introduce them to our center. We are, you can walk them over or have them. A lot of times people aren't sure about counseling. They think they need it, but they don't know. Well, try some of those resources first. Try them, the biomed resources first. Meet with us and kind of get used to it that way. Or try a workshop or a group. So there's all kinds of ways to have access to us.
What are some signs people can look out for in family or friends that they might be in need of some therapy or some extra support?
So looking at friends, you mean in family, and wondering, they seem not to be the same right now. Or they seem to be under a lot of pressure. So that's one of the signs, is recognizing that first of all. But also some things that you might notice is changes in behavior. They're just not acting the same. Yeah. Or you start to see things like on campus, maybe they're sleeping more than usual, maybe their mood has changed or it's shifting quite a bit, or their grades are declining. They seem to be more angry or irritable or, anxious, any of those, some depressive symptoms. It's really important that you recognize the changes, right? If they're isolating more, or if they are saying things, you're hearing them be more negative and it sounds like they're depressed, or that they're certainly looking for signs of any indications of what's the point. If they're talking like they're helpless or hopeless, or any thoughts that they might be thinking about harming themselves, or even thinking about a plan. That's serious stuff. You don't want to avoid that. You want to make sure it's not your job to be the therapist, but recognize as a family member or a friend some of those signs, then just approach them and ask. Yeah. And the best way to do that, don't have to send them directly to us depending on what the issue is, but just say, hey, I'm noticing and I care about you. Are you okay? Faculty can do that, staff can do that, students certainly can do that with each other. The point of our work, one of the things that we do at the Counseling Center is making mental health a campus-wide initiative. We all have to be a community of care, and that means, just like you said, noticing when people need some assistance. Yeah. So great question.
Thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like our time is wrapping up, but thank you so much, Ms. Kelly, for such a beautiful interview. We also had student Mia go out and ask students questions about our resources, which you will see shortly. But up next, we have a few segments here where we do a Uindy recap of all things going on campus that you might have not known about. We'll be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm with my friend here,
Dominic.
I have two quick questions for you. Do you know about our counseling center and what services they offer?
Is the counseling center the one that offers walk-in Wednesday? I've been there. Yes, I do not know about the meditation center.
It's really nice. It has some LED lights, nice meditation, guided stuff. We have a meditation center over here, right next to the dining hall. It's really nice. Check it out.
Yeah, I will check it out.
Hi, I'm with some of my friends here, and I have some quick questions for you guys. Do you guys know about Uindy's Counseling Center, what services they offer? No? Okay. Do you guys know about the meditation center that they just built? You guys should totally go make an appointment. It's super calming and really nice. I'm here with some of my friends.
I'm Molly.
I'm Claire. And I have two quick questions for you guys. Do you guys know about our counseling center and what services they offer?
No. No, I don't.
Well, they just put in a new meditation center. Do you guys know about that?
No.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm here with Dom and Dom's ladybug friend that's now flying away. I'm here to just ask you a few quick questions. Do you know about Uindy's Counseling Center and what services they offer?
I do. I've actually been there myself, and I find it to be very, very enjoyable, especially for those who've had something deep down inside that you just can't tell anybody. Go to the counseling center and they'll listen to you.
Okay. Do you know about the new meditation center that they just put in?
I do, but I've yet to try it out, and I really want to.
Yeah, you totally should. Yeah.
I will. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Uindy Studios. I'm just here to ask you a few quick questions. Could you guys introduce yourselves, please?
I'm Lily.
And I'm McKenna.
So my two quick questions are, do you guys know about our counseling center and what services they offer?
No.
Yes.
All right. What are some of the services you know about?
I know that they do counseling for Uindy students, as well as they have a meditation room on campus, and they've got a really nice relaxing meditation chair or something.
So that was going to be my next question. Do you know about the new meditation center that they just set up?
No.
Yes.
So you guys should totally check that out. Hi, I'm here with some of my friends. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. Deja.
Thomas.
Sammy. I'm just here to ask you two quick questions. Do you know about our counseling center and what services they offer?
No.
Yes, I know they have different hours. Okay. Do you guys know about the meditation center that they just put in?
No.
Yes.
Yes, but I've never seen it. Have you gone to it yet?
No.
You totally should.
Welcome back to Good Morning Greyhounds. Today we are starting to kick off a new segment where we will highlight all things on campus, near campus, or recap things that went on. The AI and Innovation Club presents Bryce Williams, who is the Executive Director of Workforce Collaboration for Eli Lilly. This guest speaker will be there on November 6th from 6 to 7:30 in the Health Pavilion, room 138. This is a great opportunity for conversations about AI as well as an insightful workshop. As the winter arrives, people are in dire need of clothes. Located near Switzer Dining Hall and the Health Pavilion on the first floor are boxes that students can put coats, pants, socks, and gloves. They are collecting donations up until November 19th, and they ask that you do not put any undergarments or intimate clothing. If you have any additional questions, please email below. Uindy Theater presents Mac, a Macbeth story by Grant Williams. This will be November 13th through the 15th at 7 p.m. and November 15th at 2 p.m. in the theater studio. This is also LP approved, so make sure that you're getting those LP credits. You can have the chance to study abroad in Portugal in 2026. This will be May 4th through the 13th. You will get the opportunity to explore a national park, a full-day marine conservation project, visit Serge fortresses, and much more. For any additional questions or more information, you can email scotlish@uindy.edu or williams1001@uindy.edu. Participants are needed for an honors research project with the Ron and Laura Strain Honors College. The purpose of the study is to describe African Americans' level of trust/distrust of healthcare providers in the state of Indiana, and to describe any barriers that are in the way of testing healthcare providers to be eligible for this survey. You must be 18 years or older, Black or African American, living in Indiana, and can read English. If you have any questions, you are to contact the researchers Brianna Powell or Sarah Holmes. Uindy is celebrating First Generation Week with its Uindy First Gen Week from November 2nd through the 8th. Shout out to all the First Gen students. We see you. Monday through Friday this week, there will be daily activities all week. Stop by the tables in Switzer Student Center during lunch to participate in these various activities to celebrate. Tomorrow, we will be paying it forward, and they will encourage First Gen students to share their experiences and wisdom with younger First Gen students. That is everything for our Uindy recap. Stay tuned because you do not want to miss our entertainment segment coming up after this break.
The round table where no topic is off limits. NFL, NBA, MLB, college, you name it, we got it. We don't report on sports, we debate them. From legacy to greatness. From touchdowns to blocks at the rim. You decide who's right. Tune in to the debate at Uindy TV on YouTube every Tuesday at 6 p.m. or on Spotify at First Stop Sports.
News. How much time we got? Okay. Coffee. I love coffee.
We're on the air.
All right. Good evening. I'm Chris Hammer, here to report the news for you. For your campus, local, and national headlines, Uindy TV News has got you covered. Wednesdays at 6.
Yeah. Okay, guys, seriously, basketball and hockey have got to be the best sports around. Speed, skill, drama, 7-game series, they have got it all.
Nah, baseball is the best sport, and that's just a fact, Jace.
You guys are both wrong. It's 100% football. You guys need to get on the football train.
Everyone stop. Why fight now when you can watch us debate on Grand Slam Sports on YouTube on Fridays at 6 p.m. or on Xfinity Channel 1090.
Jonathan Bailey has been crowned sexiest man alive according to People's Magazine, and social media is already in a chokehold. The Bridgerton star, known for his role as Anthony Bridgerton, accepted the title with humor, saying he is quote-unquote honored and a little shocked. The announcement comes in as Bailey's career continues to soar. He recently starred in Prime's video Fellow Travelers and has upcoming roles in major film projects, making him one of the most sought-after actors in Hollywood right now. Fans have been flooding social media with photos, edits, and celebratory posts, praising People's Magazine for what many people call the most accurate pick in years. Critics note that this year's choice reflects a shift towards celebrating talent, warmth, and public impact over just physical appearance. Jonathan Bailey joins the list of previous honorees, including Michael B. Jordan, Chris Evans, and Idris Elba. Happy November. With it being, Thanksgiving, I just want to say a special thank you to our veterans. But I have another special thank you to the people who actually made Good Morning Greyhounds all together. And we're going to do a little shout out to them. So come on, let's go meet the crew. Hey, Becky.
No, I'm Malaika.
You who? Who?
Malaika.
Malaika.
Yes.
I knew that. I was just making sure you knew your name. Okay. What do you do?
I'm on camera.
Oh, are you always on camera?
No, but it's Veterans Day. So.
Oh, hey. So what about you? Hey, Jewel. Yep, Alyssa, girl. You look cute today. I'm loving this blue. Thanks, girl. You're on camera too?
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, I do like it.
Be honest. Do you like Comp 109? You can tell me if you don't.
Yeah, I do. It's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sometimes. I don't know. My Buki actually had her in my freshman orientation group. Hey.
My name is Anna.
Anna. I knew your name was Dana. Dana?
Yeah.
I knew that. That's why I said it.
that.
I did know that.
Yeah.
You know we locked in. We here with it. We here with it. Let's shout out to everybody else. Hey. Is this your phone?
No.
That's mine.
Oh, well, we're going to take a picture. Oh, no, we're not. I didn't update my phone. I don't know what's on. So, Jesse?
Gracie.
I was close. I had the E part. What are you on audio today?
Yeah, and I'm usually on media, but I switched it up.
Oh, you feeling spicy? Oh, I like that. I'm definitely going to remember everybody's names. Hey, Queen.
Hi.
I like this puffer.
Thank you.
What size is this?
I don't know.
Oh. It what? Y'all see that? Look. Caught red-handed, red-haired. And your name is Bruna.
Yeah.
Right. I knew that, Bruna. You're a great director. I don't know you.
That's awkward.
Can you tell me what you do?
I'm your producer.
What do you do?
Get up and go to someone.
Hey! Hey! Who we texting on Instagram?
Somebody.
Open them DMs! Open them. There we go. So what do you do?
Nothing.
Oh, you just here? Yeah. Support. And that's what matters. And what about you? Hey, Cece.
I have a math test tomorrow, unfortunately.
Girl, we in the same math class.
Oh, you are?
We are.
Heck to the yes.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that math class. Mr. Interviewer.
It was good.
You ready for your interview today?
I mean, I just did it, so I feel good about it, though.
Did you just do it, or are you about to do it?
Magic Hollywood.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll see how it goes.
And my execs.
You know our name?
No. Come on, let's go. Anyway, shout out to 109 because this show would be absolutely nothing without them. There would be no Good Morning. It would just be Greyhounds. But anyway, next up, we have a new segment that we're introducing, Random Interview of the Week, where each of the students have an opportunity to interview a random person to help their skills. So, I think that should be great. I'm actually really excited to see what's gonna happen. Well, I'm really excited to see who's gonna interview who, because I think they're just pulling names out of a hat, but hey, I don't know. But anyway, we'll tune into that. We'll be right back.
News. How much time we got? Okay. Coffee, coffee, coffee. I love coffee.
We're on the air.
All right. Good evening, I'm Chris Hammer, here to report the news for you. For your campus, local, and national headlines, Uindy TV News has got you covered. Wednesdays at 6.
Hi there, welcome to Good Morning Greyhounds. Today I have over here Henry Pensis, Coordinator Director of WICR Radio here at the University of Indianapolis. Listen live here on 88.7. Hi there, Henry, how are you doing today?
Doing okay.
That's great to hear. So, to start off this interview, tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got into the career, you know, what kind of things led to you being in this kind of position?
Well, it's kind of strange and a little bit interesting. My parents met at music school at Northwestern, so I got involved in classical music fairly early. My brother was a violinist, my dad was a conductor and oboist. Mom was a violinist. I was the one flute player in the family. And so we went through that. That was not my major, but I wanted to find something that I could do that involved music. And the next thing I found at that time at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh was radio. So I got involved as a music director there. And that led to a job as the music director at WDCB, which was a station in the western suburbs of Chicago in Glen Ellen, where I was for about 7 years, and then went on to be program director there, then eventually down to be the program director at WHIL at Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama. Spent almost 3 years there, went on to general manage WWNO in New Orleans. Did that for about 3 years, and then got the job as the station manager for the University of Florida's public radio station, WUFT, and was there for 20 years before moving up to Middle Tennessee State, 5 years general manager of their public radio station, WMOT, and then up here to WICR for the last 10 years.
Wow, that's an impressive list of qualifications that put you right here. With your music background, do you feel like that kind of impacted the way you did radio? Like whenever you do your talk breaks, did you feel like you had more information to give your listeners?
Well, it's the problem in classical broadcasting, you can end up talking too much, which is an early illness because when you're nervous and you're on the air, you're looking for something to say. I had a lot more that I could say, but I needed to get it to a minute or less so that the audience was not totally bored with what I was doing. And so being a little more disciplined and structured in that area has been better, although, you know, I've off and on had a show usually about new music, either contemporary music or new recordings to whichever station I was at. And then here I started one looking for pieces that were sort of in the hole that Michael Toulouse and Classical Music Indy weren't broadcasting that I had, which is how From the Vault came to be. So that's a program that's now on 3 different stations. I like to say it's coast to coast because New Hampshire Public Radio has it and a small station in Alaska has it as well. So we're going north cold coasts.
Wow. Yeah. And when you talk about like the talking too much on the radio, like for me personally, I feel like I have that problem because I am a fellow music major as well. You know, I have this just great passion for it. How do you feel? What's something that you did personally to lower that amount of talking while on the radio? Because I still see myself doing that even on HD1 or Uindy station sometimes.
Probably the easiest way to do that is to listen to air checks, because in air checks you hear the bad habits. That I just did, you'll hear a lot sometimes if I'm trying to do a massive ad lib, and that's one of the things that you hear and you go, okay, I got to change that. Or at the beginning of your break, you might say, that was, and then when you're done, you say, coming up, and that's a pretty easy trap to fall into. And then look for one point that you could say about the music. Generally, I ask students when we're doing air checks, especially when they're working on HD1, to do at least one break that's around the music, the jazz in this case, in each of their shifts, and then they can do whatever else they want to do, as well as the traffic and the weather if they're in rush hour. And our former manager's comment was, and this is a little semi-abstract, he said a talk break, ask us how long that should be. And people will answer, well, 30 seconds, 15 seconds, a minute, no more. And he said, well, actually, it should be exactly as long as it needs to be, no longer or shorter. Generally, though, pushing for things, especially in the jazz, unless you've got one of our local artists who's got shows coming up, and you can talk a little bit about a new CD release that he had. Generally, probably keeping things in the 50-second range and just trying to concentrate on either the new CD, the particular piece, maybe the instrument he plays if it's unusual. Kind of interesting when you talk about Mark Ortwine, who's the contrabassoonist in the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra. He's also a fine sax player. So you can ask him about, okay, how does contrabassoon playing translate into your jazz approach on sax? And that's an easy way to give him a question that he can answer. And the other thing too is that if you're looking at benchmarks down the road and working with other people or doing interviews on the station, brief ones that you can cut up and use throughout your hour or maybe throughout a couple of different shows, having that kind of interaction can allow you to focus on what you need to do. Right now you're worried about technical stuff, turning the station on, getting the mics on, doing the stuff that you have to do, the IDs and things like that. Eventually, after more reps, you'll get comfortable, and then you might have, hey, this was a piece written at the time the Americans were all going to what they called the boulangerie, where go to France and study with Nadia Boulanger and come out baked as a neoclassical composer. So most of our composers of Copland's era did that, and you could use a tidbit like that if you have a piece by one of those composers coming up.
That's some really good information. So what's your day-to-day look like here at Uindy, actually?
Well, a little bit of everything. I usually try to get involved with you guys in the 109 class at least, so you know when you need some help in there, who I am and where I'm hiding. So I'm bringing in about 6 or 7 productions that I have to do manually each week because we have to convert them from MP2 to WAV files and get those in, plus promotional announcements for those programs.
Do you feel like that's like a really demanding sort of thing to do here, or is it just kind of like a? Well, it's a little bit of a hassle, but it's like it's nothing.
It's not really a hassle because it keeps me involved in the production equipment. Plus, I'm experiencing technical difficulties in a room. I might be experiencing the same one that you guys are experiencing, so I can go talk to our chief engineer and say, hey, this isn't working. Mm-hmm. So being familiar with what you guys have to deal with makes that I'm a little more empathetic to problems that might come up of a technical nature there. But there is the routine stuff that you do. I'm also working right now on air checks for 110, as well as coming up with, today I'm doing voice tracks for my show so I can get that over to the Public Radio Exchange. It's an MP2 so that they can go out to my 3 stations. And then there's always little stuff that comes up. We might have special events. Occasionally I will do remote that we might be doing from Hilbert Circle for the American Piano Awards competition or for the International Violin competition, where we're interviewing the people who are responsible for putting that together, talking about the process that people go through. So that adds some variety. It's the nice thing about it is there is some routine, but there's always something a little different every day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, I've worked with a few of those pianists actually in my past.
They're over here at Uindy.
Yeah. So what do you feel like is some of the bigger mistakes, or like just some mistakes you've made throughout your career? Or
well, there's a couple. When I was managing at the University of Florida, we were looking for projects for our advisory board to do, and what we did do was we came up with a pretty good collaboration. It was a vintage vinyl sale we would do annually. I got to all the independent bookstores in Gainesville. We put up collection boxes where people could bring records that they were donating for this. We had a couple of guys who would then look for the things that were more unusual. Every year that we did it, we always had a counterfeit. First, Meet the Beatles, very first VJ Records recording of them, and it was always obvious because it had like a 3-inch run out at the back.
I've been a victim of buying something like that before.
Okay, well, actually having one, we also had Winnie the Pooh in Latin. But we went ahead with that, and that was a very good project, got them involved, but I had set up, for that project, I had set up a rule that if we didn't raise $5,000, we weren't going to continue the project. And we didn't the last, I think it was the 6th year of the sale. Wow. Except that we found the guys who were out getting money for the records, they each had like carpenter's belts, and we found one that was holding like $600 afterwards that nobody had turned in the money. I went, well, that would have meant another year for this. So that was kind of a minor mistake. Other ones would be things where you're trying to put round pegs into square holes or square pegs into round holes, and that's getting people in the wrong positions. And that's personnel issues are a lot more difficult that way, and trying to work with people to get them to understand the kind of job and work that they need to do. And that gets a little nastier occasionally.
Yeah.
Luckily, I haven't had to do that here much, because that's Rick's problem.
That's good to hear. Unfortunately, that's about all the time we have here on Good Morning Greyhounds. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Henry. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right. Stay tuned. We have more coming your way here on Good Morning Greyhound.
Well, looks like our fun is wrapping up. Thank you guys so much for joining us this morning. And to all those watching, make sure you come back next week and make sure to watch the rest of our Uindy TV productions on our YouTube channel and channel Xfinity 1096. See you later.